Hi everyone, I'm Jackson Roberts, a senior here at the Harvey School, and on behalf of the school, I'm pleased to welcome back Harvey alum from the class of 2012, Dan Schonning. Dan, thanks so much for being here, taking a few minutes.
Thanks for having me, Jackson.
Well, the first thing I wanted to ask you is, let's start with your time in Harvey. In which grade did you join Harvey?
I was a sophomore when I joined.
And what were some of the classes you took, and why did you take those particular classes?
During my first few years, I kind of stuck to the curriculum of Harvey, doing kind of the norm. But as far as extracurriculars, I did a lot of Rinhofer classes. I did a lot of Bonicelli. And so I got a feel for Harvey's kind of art scene as well as its academia. And then later on, when I had more mobility in my mainstream classes, I took AP Euro with Phil Lazzaro, and I took AP English with Ms. Mahoney, and an econ class with Dr. Genesi.
And what were some of the activities you participated in outside of the classes you took, or say after school?
Well, first I was in Young Republicans with Mr. Kelly. I was on student government as first the president of my junior class, and then vice president of the student council my senior year. I was on Model UN. I served as chief of staff my senior year with Phil Lazzaro. So I was pretty active as far as extracurriculars go.
And what were some of the highlights during your time here at Harvey?
I think most of all, I really enjoyed Mrs. Mahoney's English class. I think we had some incredible outings as a group. We had a prime set of 6 or 7 students that were really interested and really committed to kind of studying lit and things like that. And so when we did things in our class, that's what I remember most when I think about Harvey.
Now, what do you think makes Harvey so special as opposed to other schools?
I think what Harvey really has going for it, and the reason that I came here, is its opportunity for students to excel in different fields, to try different things, to see where their interests lie, and to get a sense of who they are academically, artistically, and socially. There's an environment here where, given the ratio between teachers and students, given the opportunities available for students in terms of clubs, in terms of extracurricular classes, there is a multitude of opportunity for students to kind of widen their horizons. And so having gone here, I feel like the person that I am today and the interests that I've found and settled on are only because I had the means to kind of touch on them here, to get a taste for them, and then follow through when I came to college.
Now, you're a junior at Hobart and William Smith Colleges. Did your experience at Harvey help, or how much did it help prepare you for college?
I think it was totally pivotal in the way that I transitioned into college. And without the experiences that I got here, I wouldn't have succeeded as much as I did, or been able to succeed as well as I did. I think that in addition to just kind of like the basic knowing how to write an essay, knowing how to conduct myself in class, how to study well, basic things that you learn in school, I think socially it was a huge structurally important piece of my life coming from Harvey. Just the crop of people, the crop of students that end up here, the faculty that care about their students, that instill in them a certain kind of values, a certain kind of way that they relate to students and relate to one another is really important, and it kind of set in me a standard that I followed through with when I went to school.
Now, talk a little bit about your summer for us, the internship you did.
So I spent my spring on an abroad program with the School for International Training in Amman, Jordan, and that followed through. During my time there, I was offered an internship with the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees in the Near East. And so their headquarters is in Amman, and I worked on the Syria Crisis Response Unit under a communications officer named Irina Prentice. And so for them, I did a lot of communications work, meaning I did visibility pieces for Palestinian refugees fleeing Syria. So we'd follow a family, a student, an elderly woman in one case, and kind of get an idea of their daily lives, what kind of challenges that they'd overcome, the circumstances in which they found themselves in Jordan, and then create visibility pieces, meaning essays, videos, whatever it might be, to get that information out, to show the world what they're having to deal with on a daily basis, so that then we can have donors accessing those harms and helping to mitigate them.
Now, out of all the things you did during the summer, is there something you enjoyed the most?
I think there was one point at which we traveled to the north of Jordan with UNRWA, the Relief and Works Agency, to Irbid, which is a big city on the border to Syria. And while there, we were filming a student named Sammy and his family, and getting an idea of his routine and what it's like for students who are working throughout the summer for next to nothing. We came upon this refugee family that was living in a one-bedroom apartment in the heart of the city with almost nothing. And this crew of 5 or 6 of us came in, and we were immediately welcomed to everything that they had in the house, like everything. They brought out crystal glasses that they had. They brought out every biscuit that they had left and to share with us. They sat us on cushions because they didn't have chairs. They and showed us like a profound hospitality and kindness despite having so little. And it was really beautiful and really wonderful, and kind of instilled a really good sense of the humanity and the kindness of the people that live in the region.
Now, since you've had this experience, at the end of the day, what piece of advice can you give to Harvey students for the future?
I think most of all, it was what I took from Harvey, and what I would hope that other students do, is to get out of your comfort zone, to try things that you don't really know how they'll end. To access kind of avenues that you really are even uncomfortable with, to see what comes of them, to follow your interests despite what barriers there might be on them.
Well, Dan, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, that is Dan Schonning, alumni from the class of 2012. Once again, I'm Jackson Roberts, a senior here. Thanks for watching.
And you're in.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Cool.